The funny thing, right, is I see all these people, right, saying the game sucks, the game is this, the game is that. The game is a massive success. We're just in a period where we are fixing stuff that is just not well done from the start, and that's it. And what is very fascinating, right, is this is with all respect, right? This is not to put you guys down or to talk schmack or whatever the fuck. So don't get this wrong. It's just I'm just trying to state. It's like if you see, right, as someone on the sidelines that is constantly every step of the way yelling, failure, you suck, ha ha ha, you suck. You know what's sad about it? It's not so much sad that you're calling me that, because that's fine. I mean, I don't mind. I just like caravan pass les chiens aboient. I mean, like the caravan passes, the dogs keep barking. I don't care about that. The problem is that you apply the same rule set to your own life, and with that mindset, you cannot achieve anything. If you assume that you gotta get things right from the first go, you're only gonna be left over with failure and fear to try anything, and you're just gonna crawl into a small little comfy bubble and try to stay there and do jack shit with your life. And that's the thing. It's like even with the game, right, even with the game being, you know, 1,000 concurrent players every day, not concurrent, well, 1,000 players every day, the retention rates are really good for people that know about the game and have been following me. We've been making 50k in 1 month. It's not bad. Well, a month and a half now, because although I don't say that these are big successes or anything. I don't think it's there where it should. You know, it's not there at all yet. But the changes we are making and the way we're adapting and making it, you know, more and more fun, are going to lead it to become a big success. Like it's not even that far off anymore. And yet, until the moment we are getting 100,000 downloads and I'm showing you guys like literally 10,000 concurrent players, you will just stay on the sideline yelling how much I suck, how much I've failed, how much everything is a joke. And then once you see the success, you will just flip around and go like, whoa, cool, really nice. And the sad part is that this kind of mentality locks you down to never grow, to never try stuff out, to always stay in this state of you don't want to disappoint, and as a result you become a disappointment. It's just sad. That's all. Just wanted to say that. It's the same with purpose, right? Actually, purpose is a really good example. It's like with purpose, people constantly say, oh, it's gonna crash and burn, it's gonna crash and burn. It just keeps going, you know, like so far it's only been keep going up. And I find it actually sad, because it's only when it's really mainstream that people are gonna jump on it. And in the meantime, yeah, they just, you know, missed out like crazy. And it's just, it doesn't matter how much evidence you get. It doesn't matter how much, you know, like, oh yeah, you see OpenSea. Okay, yeah, okay, I can understand. It's the best thing on OpenSea. Okay, but still it's gonna fail. Okay, yeah, Clash of Streamers is the best NFT game out there, but it's gonna fail. Like, oh yeah, there is an exchange, but it's gonna fail. Oh yeah, there is this NGO. Okay, whatever, but it's gonna fail. You're just crazy. I mean, you're saying that I'm crazy, but no, it's the other way around. It's like, and then you have all these fucking, you know, when you go, like, you have all these shit coins out there, like dog or whatever the fuck, right? All these scams, these proper scams, and And because they put a lot of effort in marketing and only marketing, you'd be the kind of guy that gets pumped over it. It's just insane. So yeah. You know but it doesn't matter. Like, people are just very simple. Haters, mainly haters, are quite simple. It's like, when it was over, when basically like it was GG. It was GG a month ago when we had 30 cents per download. It's GG, it's over, it's game over. We don't even have to try so hard. We're gonna be successful. That's just, I won't say 100%, but it's extremely likely. People get so triggered, don't even understand it. Why do you guys, some people, not all of you, but some people get so triggered by me? It's crazy. It's like, okay, I come and I say I'm better than you. Okay, I am better than you. That's fine. You can accept that. It's like, if you look at my track record, yes, I'm more insightful. That's fine. There's no problem with that. It's like, why have ego in the mix? If you're better than me, I take note and I learn. That's how I become the best. Same in World of Warcraft or any game I play. I don't go in and say I'm the best. I go in, I learn, I observe, I learn. And then I become the best. It's like, people get so triggered by me when I go like, yeah, this and that. And you know what's funny? If I start showing the results, right? Then what happens is, yeah, this guy's a genius. Then suddenly I'm a genius. Somehow. It's either like, no, this guy is not good enough, or I'm better than him. It's either I'm better than him or he's a genius. Like, there is no process in between where you think like, oh, maybe I myself can put myself out of my comfort zone and really learn and look at things unbiased and see things for what they are and just learn and grow and get better. It's not that process. It's always simple. It's binary. Mental illness. Sure, you can say mental illness. Mental illness, rolling in the cash, running a place with 60 people, and breaking records in all games he touches. Sure, come at me, say I'm mentally ill, sure. If that's mentally ill, what does that make you? I'm just, I'm a winner. I just win at life. And I know it can be really annoying to be faced with a washed up old man that is better than you, but just accept it, internalize it, and it will actually get you to a point where you start working on yourself. Do you like having haters? Does it fuel you more? Kickers DX. I'm like a cat and the haters are mouses. I just play with them. And I use them, on my jelly toasties. The jelly on my toasties. He's helped raise more than 20 million for the kids, period. Nothing else has to be said. Actually, there is something that has to be said. It was 25 million. Maybe you go like, yeah, 20, 25. It's not so much. It's $5 million more. Take off the Razer shirt. But it just makes me feel like the good old days when I was still sponsored because I was relevant by Razer. Now I'm just washed up. This t-shirt is even from back in the days. It's literally washed up. It's literally a washed up t-shirt. It's just me trying to, crave to my old self. Just be normal. Yeah, be yourself without censorship. Yeah, sure. And then get banned. Teen, why are you so ugly? I find my way. I'm so ugly to just show that anyone can actually live a successful life. Like, I just put the bar of looks really low to still feel like you can live a successful life. Have a partner and stuff. So if I'm so ugly and I can achieve it, then you can definitely achieve it. It's a way of motivation. It's a motivation. All my disadvantages are just a motivator for you guys to do better in your life. Aren't you guys happy about that? Like real talk, I'll do some real talk, but like I'll do some real talk because I like real talk. Zeni Zaria, the reason why other game dev companies would not be able to recreate, well, now they would. Now they would. If you go to a game company like Blizzard or whatever, right, and you show the game, yes, they can recreate it. But what they wouldn't be able to do is to make it from scratch. And you might say like, why is that? Why is that? If you go like, there's this story, right? With this, do you guys know about the long jump story? I'll tell you a bit about the long jump story. There's like, I don't know if is it called long jump? I don't even know if long jump is the right thing. Either way, in Olympics, right? You had sporters that were running and jumping very far. What's the sport called? Big jump? Is that what it's called? What is the sport called where you try to jump really far? What is that called? Long jump? Oh yeah, long jump. Either way. So I even said it correct, long jump. And there was science that said, based on the muscle and all that stuff, it's impossible for a human to jump further than this amount. Don't know if you guys know the story. I don't know how much it was. I don't know the exact numbers, but basically everybody believed that you couldn't jump further than that. And every time when there was Olympics, people couldn't get to that point. And then there was one guy saying like, this is BS. And he basically broke that record. What scientists said was not possible based on the physique of people. And after he broke the record, a lot more people started breaking the record. And you might wonder like, yeah, but the thing, what does that have to do with your game, you fucking idiot? It has everything to do with your game, with the game. When I go to a company and I ask certain things that are very innovative, they would say it is not possible to do that. And that's where the discussion ends. Developers don't break their head and try to make things work. They just follow the beaten path, and that's it. So if you go to like Blizzard and you go like, okay, I want a game that works perfectly online and offline, they would say like, that is fundamentally impossible to do, because it's either online or it's offline. You can't have both, you idiot. That's what we would be told. That's what I would be told. If I go to a game company and say like, I want to start the game and I want to start it instantly, they go like, you're a fucking idiot. Did you see any game that starts instantly? It doesn't happen. If I would come and I would say like, I want to stream this game on my screen without a cable, they go like, you crazy? That's not possible. Right now I'm showing that it is. Literally right now you see it on the screen. So like, this game proves what is possible and what is not. And that by itself is one of the biggest barriers to break. It's to realize where your potential lies. So of course, now this game allows other game companies to copy it, of course, because they know it's possible. But before it, no fucking way. No way. I know devs. I know fucking devs. If I would tell them what we were planning to do, even in the chat when I was explaining it, people in the chat that were coders saying, Athene, you're crazy. You can't do this. It won't work. In the chat. If you're a cocky dev, right, and I come to you and I say I want offline play, what are you going to say? You're going to say that's not possible. And if I say yes it is, they will say I know it better, I'm a dev. When I went to a lawyer and I said I want to fix my, the legal statute here where we don't have to put money on a bank account, on our bank account, we want immediately to save the children, they said it's not possible. That's what I was told. It's not possible by top lawyers that we pay fucking, 200, 300 euros an hour. It is not possible. Then I make it possible and then suddenly they turn around. Oh! Same with this game. I go to Blizzard, they would say not possible. And that's why I win. If I come to you and I say I get rank 1 in World of Warcraft, you would say there is 10 million players. That's not possible. I did it. I did it again in January. People live in a bubble of not possible. They draw these lines where they think you cannot cross this barrier, you cannot achieve that, and that's why you guys are stuck. So when you come to me and say like, Athene, why do you think other game companies wouldn't be able to make this game? It's because there is 20 IDs in here, they would say not possible. At least 20. And that's the reality. That's truly the reality, by the way. For real. And I have been confronted by it all the way. All the fucking way. I've been confronted by this shit. It's not just lawyers saying this is not possible. Devs, it is not possible. Whatever, economists, it is not possible. Everywhere I hear people say it's not possible. I make what is not possible possible. And that is why people here changing the world. Because I make what is impossible possible. Because there is no such a thing as impossible. You can learn, grow, adapt, improve, and change things. That is why. And I know people now can say like, Athene, your game is trash. Nobody's playing it. Even though everybody that is playing it comes in the chat, almost everybody says, the game is confusing. Just another guy said, I downloaded the game. The game, I don't understand what to do. It is confusing as fuck. I understand. The game is completely confusing and we will fix that. With the tutorial, it will be fixed. People will play the tutorial and will know exactly how the game works. And it will change everything. And people will say like, but Athene, you're delusional. It's not true, you're delusional. The game is trash, Athene, the game is trash. No, it's not. It's actually the most addictive gacha game on the market. It's better than AFK Arena, it's better than Idle Leaders. Actually, comparing it is an insult to Clash of Streamers. Clash of Streamers is way ahead of any other gacha game. And people that play the game and understand it, and have played other gacha games, will in the chat 100% confirm that shit. That mindset is definitely true for most game dev companies. Innovation isn't stimulated as much because it often doesn't lead to the most amount of profit for a company. It's easier to copy paste shit. Well, yeah, but that's why I'm explaining like this game, I would truly not be able to make it if I would go to the Blizzard team. I guarantee you, they would just say like, but Athene, you played a lot of World of Warcraft. You are not a dev. What you're saying is technically not possible. I fucking, like, even coders here told me. It's like people just say like, this is not possible. It's easy. It's just like, this is technically not possible. Ah, yeah, play the game, stream, and at the same time have replays. All that, they just go like, this is not possible, Athene. Instant loading, like literally. I'm showing you right now, like what I'm showing you right now, right? You go to a company, right? This here, right? Instantly, the instant loading, right? This here, right? They would say it's not possible. They would say you can't have a game that instantly loads, yet my game instantly loads. Like, look, it fucking instantly loads. Like, I'm just showing, right? Like, look at this. It instantly loads. You have instantly the image, and just seeing the image instantly, that on itself, and the reason why it's taking now a bit of time is because the previous game is, it unloads it out of memory and then it loads it again. But look. No, it's not like fail. I have to wait. I'll show you. I have to wait. It has to unload. You guys don't understand how it works. I have to wait until it's unloading. Yeah, it's a bit, you know, it's a bit fail. But let me show you guys. Now it's unloaded. There you go. You see that? Because if you close a game, it gets unloaded from the memory, and that's why it takes a little bit of time. So game companies would say this is not possible. If I go to Idle Heroes, right? If I go to Idle Heroes, right? This is Idle Heroes. I already showed, like, and this is a game that made more than $1 billion. Like, look how this, like, what the fuck, man? Far more complex game. Are you fucking serious? No, it's not. Oh yeah. Comparison. Okay, which game? Which game? Which game? You wanna try Clash of Clans? Or Clash of Clans is also not good? Clash of Clans? Let's try Clash of Clans. Top grossing game. Is that good? Because I got Clash of Clans on my phone too. The way the fast loading works is just very smart. What we do is very, very smart. There's a lot of tricks we use that is very smart. And there's also internal R&D that has happened where we literally do crazy shit to get it that fast. It's really, like, to get it this fast, you need to do really crazy shit. Another thing is all the integration. The game has literally, you know, like, well, actually all the integration. Discord integration is a good one. They would say it's not possible because Discord integration is very limited. Even though our game has full Discord integration, and it uses a very advanced smart system where when you basically connect your Discord to the game, you basically give the, I will just explain you guys how it works. The game is free, yeah, you can download it, Clash of Streamers, there it is, but it's very confusing right now, but yeah. But yeah, basically, no, but they would just say it's not possible. It's not just possible, it would just say it's not possible because you really need to come with outside the box solutions to solve it. Like Discord integration, right? How would you do it? The API does not provide it at all. They would just say it's not possible. That's it. No, the Discord integration that is integrated, if there is integration, is like, and I don't even know in which cases it is, but if there is, it's in collaboration with Discord. But yeah, like, or you could also do it in a way, but that would break the TOS, where you have a server and they connect and whatever, like, but even that is quite outside the box. But the way we fixed it is we fixed it with a Discord bot. When you connect your Discord, you can give you give authorization to a bot to be in your chat, to be in your Discord, and that Discord bot basically does all the messaging and allows you to literally see what is typed in Discord and allows you to type in the Discord as well. So yeah, we have a really very advanced system just for the Discord stuff. That's another one. Another one is all the streaming integration. Just being able to stream seamless on all platforms. They would just say like, nah, that's not possible. It wouldn't work. Even though I've streamed, people have been streaming and it works perfectly. I'm gonna give you another one that is really cool. I'm gonna give you another one that is really genius. You know, when you go live in our game, right? Do you get a fucking scary prompt? No, you don't. It doesn't say like, oh yeah, this is going to capture whatever, blah, 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 blah. None of that. You stream, right, the game. There is no prompt saying it's going to record your screen, which is something is super important. If you would go, right, and say, okay, I want to stream the game without a prompt, a scary prompt saying it's going to record the screen, they would say that's not possible. You cannot stream the game without saying it records the screen. Yet we managed to achieve that. We literally stream the game without the prompt. So the way we basically do it is Unity sends, literally, like I can explain, like Unity sends the visuals. So it's not even, your screen is not even getting captured. On iPhone and on Android, It's because your screen is not getting captured. Like you basically send the visuals through Unity to the server, and it basically just it gets encoded in video and gets sent to Twitch directly. And if I go here, right, like the simple thing, right, you might say like, oh yeah, just seeing my stream here, right? How do we fucking do that? Because normally this, what you see here now, is not possible. You can't do this. So when you see streams, you don't even see the stream. You actually get the audio is being converted, sent to you, and the stream are just screenshots that we send. We just spam screenshots. And we basically mimic 30 FPS. We don't show video, we just send screenshots. And you just get the feeling like I mean, if I go here, right, do you think it's screenshots? You don't see that. You just assume like, oh yeah, do you see screenshots here? Like you don't see screenshots, you just see a smooth feeling, right? And that's what I mean. It's like they would say it's not possible. That does not sound very efficient. Well, it is efficient because there is a separate processor on phones that is basically taking care of that. And that's the thing. It's like devs don't think like that. They just get their shit and that's it. That's another one that I'm just, giving as an example. I can give more examples of stuff we did that they would say it's not possible. The referral system is another one. Like if you refer, right? I'm going to give you guys a really good example. Like, but it goes really far. Like if I say like, okay, you download the game, right? Like you play with my face, right? You play with my face. Man, I'm going to say you guys something really crazy now. So how do you get to play with my face when you download the game? When you just download the game without internet? Game devs would say that's not possible because you need to send the picture the moment they connect to the server, and then you can sync it up. We did it differently. How did we solve that problem? If you download the game through an Android link, right, on Android, you just play with the face even though you didn't connect to the internet. Let me tell you why. Because the picture is in the URL. The referral link has literally the binary for the picture. It's like a fucking URL of I don't know how long it is. It is in the link. It's not basic shit, Dell. It's not basic shit at all, because you really got to figure these things out. And probably what you say, you just say deep linking. No, it goes further than that, because deep linking itself wouldn't do it. There is a certain functionality in Android that allows you to do it. That's why you can do it for Android, but not for iOS. So when you say deep link, you just assume, oh yeah, it's just a data URL. No, it's not that simple. There is more to it. Because else it would also work on iOS. So that's another one. And also to get referrals, how does that work? It's very complicated because, for example, with iOS, you don't get any data. How do you connect users? What else? Ah, yeah, another one. Another example. This here. What I'm doing right now, right? Having 100,000 heroes. People summon 100,000 of heroes, right? They would say that's not possible. You can't have 100,000 heroes. It would just lag the phone indefinitely. You won't be able to play anymore. Yet you're summoning 100,000 heroes and it's smooth as butter. Why? They would say it's not possible. It does like shitty phones maybe. iOS, it doesn't lag at all. I can literally do 100,000 summons. It doesn't lag jack shit. Athene, your thoughts on what devs thinks is a bit outdated. It's not outdated. It's as man, I even had calls with devs. I'm not gonna see from which platforms, but from several platforms, and they were just cocky as fuck saying not possible in the call. Man, I would love to even be able to talk about it because I can give fucking concrete examples, and these are really high ups. So what else is there that, because there is more stuff in here. Ah, yeah, all the offline play. That's also, like, I can go offline, right, and still play the game. That on itself, like the system to have fully offline play integrated, that's also really, really not easy to do. The game works offline and online. Athene, how did you guys figure it all out? I just break these problems. That's all. I just solve the problems. Because the ideas are easy. You just got to think outside the box. It's like, how did I come up with starting a religion instead of a charity? When they said you can't have a charity, even though a religion has even more advantages than a charity. How do I come up with it? It's just, I think outside the box. That's all. Can you sync the offline played data to the online statistics? The moment the person has internet connectivity, even for 10 seconds, everything gets synced. So the way it works is with seeds. You play and everything is seeds. And when you then connect online, we verify and validate whether you played correctly. If you didn't, you get rolled back. If you did, then you get synced and your progress gets synced to the server. So basically, instead of just playing online and live all the time, you're only syncing to the server. It's a really smart system, because we wanted to make sure that everything works even when you're offline. Like Attack Streamer, right? Works even when offline, even though when you fight the boss, this is synced with the server. So how, when you are offline, how can you attack the boss? Basically, you get your own copy of it when you play offline and you attack it. And then when you link to the server, it syncs up. And if the damage is higher, if the boss is already dead, you get reimbursed and stuff. Like, there's a very smart system for that. But everything gets, basically everything gets smoke screened like crazy. And this is the technical challenges, right? I'm not even talking about the design challenges. If I would go to it as a designer, right? Say like, yeah, I want an auction house that doesn't ruin the economy. They would say, like, designers would say, no, it's a catch-24, catch-22. You can't have an auction house with player trading and not destroy the economy. Yet we have an auction house in the game. Here it is. It's because if you're very smart about the design, you can actually, tackle the issue of the economy getting saturated. So that's one. The other one is, another design issue is arena without losing. Because the game is focused on only winning. You cannot lose. So how do you climb without losing? We have a fucking nice system in arena where you climb without, like, you cannot drop. And you even have how do you have an LO system without dropping? We have an LO system without dropping. It's very fucking good. I mean, it's very advanced. Like, the entire dual leaderboard system, you can only climb. And I can explain you guys how it works in depthly. It's very well done. It's just very well done. Another one is like, how do you have, like, this is also a very interesting one. How can you get loot based on how well you do, yet it is not, yet is deterministic? That's a really crazy one. Like, how do you have, roulette, and based on how far you get better loot or less loot, and it cannot be gambling, because if it's gambling, you get this, like, it's not allowed in certain countries. So how the fuck did we make it, depending on how well you play, you get better loot, and yet still you're not, gambling? Like, it sounds almost impossible to do that, yet we fixed it. Well, I fixed it by just, you can see your loot that you're gonna get. The next 100 chests are deterministic, but the order in which you get them is based on how well you play. So it is, you basically have the feeling of, this, how well I play, I get better or not. And at the same time, it's deterministic. It's fucking insane. It's really fucking insane how smart it is. Right now, Clash of Streamers is not so... The starting experience is bad, making it really not a good game. But you can't explain the benefit of using blockchain there. I don't even understand what you mean with that. Of course I can. The game has fully blockchain integration because it gives the user a sense of ownership towards the stuff they have. It also is a very big incentive for streamers to monetize their skins because people can turn them into NFTs. It also allows people to independently from the game trade skins and progress. It also puts our game really up there as #1 NFT game and also, you know, really crazy innovative. It also allows us to give purpose and do be insane value because it's fully integrated as well, which allows us to support programs on the ground with our NGO. And there is more shit. You can like when you export heroes, you just have an ERC token. You can go to OpenSea and just trade there. You can send them from your wallet to someone else. It's literally just crypto at that point. So you're saying you have crypto integration, players can exchange crypto for loot and vice versa. It has full crypto integration, the game. Yeah, I'm surprised people, like, it's new people then. This here is literally, I'm accessing my wallet right now. I'm literally now, my wallet is connected. This is my wallet. If I have heroes, I would see the heroes on my wallet. It's reading the Ethereum blockchain. I can trade. It has its own wallet integration. People must be new. You can export heroes, bam. You can just export them. You don't even need Ether. We pay the gas fee when you export. What is gonna be the next project after the game? Like the next project, what I want is I want to start exchange programs where we get people from third world countries to come over here and, you know, give them courses and stuff. I would really like to fast track that one, if possible, even this year. I would say that's the highest priority thing, to get people from third world countries come over, which is going to be mainly, it's going to be based on my experience, if it translates, right? My experience from Morocco is it's mainly girls. Unless guys are really driven, I'm not going to discriminate, of course. But from my experience, girls are much more hardcore in poor countries than guys. But we will see. I want to do that. That's the first thing I will do. Get that all in order. And then start working on the productivity app. They get everything paid in terms of like travel and housing. It's going to be coding. It's just going to be coding. They will come over and learn coding. Why even wanting people from third world countries? Because these people, the ones that are the most promising, will get funding for projects back at home where they can just, you know, combat poverty. Because the best kind of people to fix problems in a country are the locals. They know the ins and outs, and you just need to find the right people and give them the opportunity to do good. Because honestly, for me to go and assume that I know the problems and how to fix them is very cocky. I know I'm quite cocky in many regards, but I'm not cocky in that regard because I know that's just delusional. I'm not gonna go from my ivory tower assume the problems of people, local people. I'll have local people come over and then just hear them out and fund. Can you give examples of how coding a game will help them? Coding a game, it's not so much about coding a game. It's about learning how to lift off a project. And it's not just related towards coding. And just, like it's also for a big part gaining confidence that you can achieve something. Because even when it comes down to coding, when you learn coding, how long will that be like relevant? Coding world constantly changes. If you were a coder 5 years ago and you wouldn't have updated with any shit nowadays, you would have very little use in many companies, because a lot of the technological world moves quite quick and you got to constantly, update yourself. So what they would learn is they would learn their way on how to, be flexible, and how to learn and how to solve problems in the digital kind of realm. And that is a really important skill to learn, that what they will learn here. And it's usable even towards other problems in the world, and other problems they might face. And if they go back, they can, like, if they can come up with really smart projects of like, because we would like to implement universal basic income, right? We still have the ID. So maybe like what we will do is, like, for certain villages, we would provide phones, and these phones would have to have the software to, to work with transactions and everything. So they can use it to buy stuff or whatever. We can, we have to figure out a system where we can give the hardware that is, but with all the problems as well, right? Because now I'm giving an example. What if the phones get stolen? What if they start trafficking in the phones and try to make a business out of it? There's a lot of issues that we have to overcome. And I think people that come over here will just be a lot more crafty in finding ways on how to solve it. And it's very different from place to place and from culture to culture. You cannot just use one approach and try to scale it. You have to really, you really have to min-max based on, on where they are from. So working very closely with people that come over is the way to go. What would American woman do back in Morocco if she knows a little bit of coding? Oh, I can actually give a perfect example. Like, imagine, right? I know in my family, I'll give an example. One of my nieces, of course not anymore, but back in the days, was really super hardcore student. And, she was struggling to even go to school, to fund her, degree and all that shit. So like, let's say, that type of person would come over, would learn coding, would really have, very, very ambitious, views and hope about changing the world. She would then also get, or he would get the structure on how to realize a certain project at home, and they would just get the funding. And they would go home and they would have the structure on how to go about it, and learn how to manage it as well. And you might say, like, how does coding help you in that regards? Coding is just a very nice overall skill to have. It's really, really very versatile, and it's very, very useful. So that's very specific. And what could the project be? Setting up internet in this village, for example. And then she has to, maybe, or he has to have a router, maybe use Elon Musk's technology, whatever the fuck, I don't fucking know. Like, it's tough to, like, I'm not just gonna come up with ideas right now, but like, we would basically adapt based on the creativity and the view and the impact of people coming over, and just fund specific projects like that, rather than just being top down. It would be more like a down top hierarchy in terms of projects. And we were also thinking about like scamming because that's a really, like, I will actually give you guys a really sick idea I had, and we will end up doing it. A very big problem with projects, right? And Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation has the same thing as what projects do you fund and which project don't you fund? No, you guys didn't get me. Like, I'm saying, like, getting scammed is one of the biggest issues. Like, if we would fund projects and they just steal the money, it's like, how do you fix that? And the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, like, which projects do you support and which not? And the way they fix it, they try to really support the right projects, but a lot of them just don't end up coming to fruition. So how would we fix that? How would we be able to fund projects and not get scammed? Do you guys know how I'm gonna do it? Man, such a smart idea. The idea I would do it is, people that we fund need to leverage certain amount of purpose. And when they're getting the project to an end result, they get their purpose back. And we can literally code it. Like, we could literally have it all done by code. So you need to basically, put leverage. It's like, when you make when you borrow money, you put your house as collateral, right? You basically put your purpose as collateral. And if you manage to get the project to a finish line, then you get the collateral back. So you take the purpose hostage. The idea would be that it happens all through code. What's a good language to start learning to code? None. Because that is really the wrong way of going about it. You should not start learning a language to learn. You should start a project and then see what is the best language to do that project, and learn as you do the project. It's a much better way of learning. Learning should be a tool, should not be a goal. I want you to tell me what you will do after you become billionaire. Just chill on an exotic island, or will you keep doing weird projects? Cheers from Korea. Are you the guy that came over from Korea? Because I know one guy came over from Korea. Okay. Reese will be the billionaire, and I will just keep trucking, trying to do good in the world. The game's work is coded in C# Unity. Mainly. There's a lot of server code that is not C#. There's many different languages in this game. It is sometimes difficult to reconcile the difference between the two worlds you're navigating and connecting, extreme poverty and first world games. Actually, that's quite easy for me. I know that it sounds really, like, I know that the idea of making a addicting gacha game sounds very alienating to people that want to do good in the world. And even some people here brought it up. They said, I don't understand, why are we making an addictive gacha game instead of doing projects on the ground, right? Why are we doing this? Like, I don't feel comfortable doing this. And the first thing I say then is like, okay, what? Tell me what you want to do. Like, build schools? Let's say you want to build schools in Africa, okay? Let's do, okay. How? Go ahead. So like, yeah, I need money. Well, yeah, there you go already. What you want? Me starting begging my viewers to build schools in Africa? That's gonna be really a fucking nice way of going about it. It's like, when it comes down to doing good, right? A lot of people think very one-dimensional. They just see like, oh, doing good means you go on the ground and you help poor people. But that's actually not true. Doing good is actually very far moved away from the actual good. And the more good you do, the more further it's away from it. And what I mean with that is you as a person are more and more disconnected from it, because you're better off outsourcing the good and managing. So you automatically, when you want to do the most good, you will not be in a position where you're directly confronted with the good, because that is very inefficient. Going on the ground and doing good is actually extremely minus EV. You're better off, paying locals, stimulating an economy and all that stuff, learning skills and whatever the fuck, and have them do it. But then the problem is also the funding. And when it comes down to funding, the best way of getting funding is not through charity, not to charity at all. The best way to get funding is to just come out with something that is monetary extremely potent. Like, for example, in this world, it is a gacha game. Like the most easy cash grabbing money you can get in the world right now is making a cash grab mobile game. There is nothing that is better than that. Not that I know of, in the entire industry. That is very little logistics, can be done from a little building, no crazy budget needed, just some people. It's actually when you actually look at what we had and the tools we had and what we come out with, actually the steps we've taken are extremely highly effective. It's been extremely highly effective. So you might wonder, like, okay, like you have a mobile game, you have now a lot of money, now what? Well, yeah, it goes further than just a mobile game. One of the biggest problems of our current society, one of the biggest, I would say, is social media. It's one of the biggest issues in our current that challenges us. A lot of people might not agree with it. A lot of people might not be aware of it, but social media is defining the entire planet. Facebook is defining election results. It's defining the way culture sways. Like, it's absolutely insane. And the thing is, like, if I would, come at it and just say, like, yeah, you have Facebook, you have Instagram, whatever the fuck, TikTok. It's really bad. Like, let's just do good on the ground, build schools or whatever the fuck. Like, it's actually, it's not honest. And what I mean with that is, if you look at the world and the state of the world, rather than, cherry picking the small, pure good things you can do in the world, you gotta tackle the big ones. Like, I want to become a better alternative than Facebook. I want to become a better alternative than TikTok. I want to become a better alternative than Twitch and YouTube. And I know people might really think that I'm absolutely crazy for even thinking that, but I'm going to work towards that. So this game is just the first step. And you might say, like, how is this game going to take on Facebook? How is it going to take on YouTube? You are absolutely delusional. And that's the thing. That's again what, like, people never get to achieve anything with that mindset. It's like, if I would have come and explained you guys the game as it is now, and people even said it, even the hater group said the game was never gonna come out. It is out now for almost 2 months. But hey, it's like, you start step by step. How do you beat Facebook? By providing a better Facebook. How do you beat YouTube? By providing a better YouTube. How do you beat TikTok? By providing a better TikTok. Now you're gonna tell me, like, okay, how are you gonna go about it? How are you gonna beat Facebook? How are you gonna beat these things? How are you gonna do that? You're crazy. No, what you do is you integrate them. Why do we have all social media integration? It's the first step. You integrate, so you don't force people to move, to migrate. They don't have to migrate because you want to, you want to go, you can literally go to hot stories. You can browse your Reddit already. You can just go and browse Reddit. It's literally here on the fingertip. So we don't need to have people from Reddit come over because Reddit is in the app. So as people, start, as people start using our app and become more and more, familiar with it, we can provide our own version. We can provide our own version that has same, if not better functionality and is gamified. And that's, like I've said it already before, I said it 2 years ago and I'm saying it again. The next step into Facebook, TikTok and all that shit is gamification. And more specific, slotification. Because games is too complicated. Just slotting. Slotifying social media is going to give a better social media experience. So you have that, right? And now where it comes down, like, okay, so why are you guys going to be better than Facebook? Then you just become the next Mark Zuckerberg. What I'm planning to do is to not just, gamify and slotify all these social media platforms. It's also to build them on the blockchain. We will have decentralized alternatives for Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, everything. And these are the projects we're going to be working on with the productivity app as well. And it's going to basically be landscape shifting, because now the power is not even in our hands. Like, how do you make it more fair? You give the power to the people. You give people the ability to have their own hubs, to run their own Facebook. Like, by giving everybody the ability to, run their own nodes, you basically decentralize the power, and you cannot be shut down either. So yeah, I don't know how many people understand what I just said, because it sounds maybe a little bit like, Athene, I cannot really follow what you're saying. But yeah, can you even understand this? I don't think you can even understand it. That's because it's projection. Of course, I understand perfectly what I say. Why is current social media bad? Because current social media is up for the highest bidder, and without any regulations, nothing. And that really results in shit like Cambridge Analytica, where, people like Trump can just win the election easy peasy. And where people will even, fight for him because they think, oh yeah, this is the best. While in reality, it's just Facebook, and it's not just towards him, it's also other politicians get elected based on, all the data points that Facebook has. I'm just giving one example. Why didn't Trump win 2020? Because of Corona. If it wasn't for the worst, fucking pandemic in our history, at least, as long as we are alive, he would have gone. He would have won. I'm actually quite certain he would have fucking won. Which is scary as fuck, but it is what it is. I'm not gonna talk so much about politics, to be honest. Someone said, like, what is the problem with Facebook and social media? It allows for mass manipulation of people, and to the higher bidder that serves the highest bidder. It's scary shit. What about TV? TV is old news, man. I mean, like, Facebook is basically TV on steroids. It's much more effective than TV, and it's international. I mean, yeah, it's actually crazy. Isn't your game aimed at manipulating people? Yes. to get as much cash as I can get. But at the same time, when it comes down to social media integration and stuff, having a decentralized framework and setting, foundations um, so that people can actually have control themselves is very much separated from that. So Facebook, social media, etc., all manipulate people, but your game will do it for good. I'm just doing it for the cash, but I don't try to change people's political opinions and stuff. It's just like it's on an entertainment level, and then it's a lot less bad. Why should anyone trust you? Nobody should trust me. I'm not telling you to trust me. If you had such a power as Zuckerberg, you would manipulate the shit out of people. Fast lewd. Definitely. But I would not do it out of greed. I would do it because I would want to manipulate people to be better people. You could also call this manipulation, but it's very different because you use one word to describe good and bad intent, which is already, kind of not fully accurate. But what I would also do as Mark Zuckerberg, if I was Mark Zuckerberg, is create a framework where one person does not have all the power, though, because I know that it's dangerous. You don't think Zuckerberg could rattle off these same talking points and platitudes about doing what they do for good? Well, the thing is, like, I don't try to convince people that I'm a good person. I actually don't give a shit. Like, Mark Zuckerberg shouldn't give a shit either. It's like I just do what I believe is right, and that's it. I don't even have to explain myself. The more I do, the more people will just get paranoid anyway. So I don't even have to explain myself. My actions speak louder than my words. And if people think like, hey, you are a bad person, I don't trust you, I'm like, sure, whatever. It's like people saying they hate Blizzard and are still playing World of Warcraft. It's like, yeah, sure. La caravane passe et le chien aboie. Isn't the echo chamber not worse enough? Doesn't the decentralized social media further this even more? It's a good point. The thing is, though, a decentralized framework would assure that on one end people cannot get fully cancelled and silenced. So you have this, this freedom of speech is going to be a lot more present. But of course there is always a dark side to it, but that is also sorted out, because what it will also allow is the best nodes are the ones that are going to reach the most people. And the nodes are going to be the ones that basically choose, who they show and who they don't. So as the creators and as the people that are behind the entire framework, we will have the biggest node, and we will moderate them accordingly. So obviously you will also have people using the technology to have their own nodes and to, do whatever they want. But I still think that's a better alternative than how it is now, where you have people like Mark Zuckerberg or whatever that can just literally define who gets silenced fully and who not. It's a very slippery slope. How do you fight against smear campaigns against your platforms, even if they're superior? As much as it sucks, you have to admit you have been cancelled from literally everywhere, lol. I won't be able to be cancelled anymore when I'm a billionaire. Being cancelled is only possible for people that are weak. Try to cancel Mark Zuckerberg. Good luck with that one. You can't. Trump was cancelled. Trump fucked up like crazy. I literally was talking to Reese last year, right? Literally last year around this time, I said, Trump has to start his own fucking Twitter. He's gonna get fucking banned, that idiot. And he literally didn't do it. He should have started his own Twitter and while he wasn't banned and still president, sent all the traffic there. He fucked up so badly, which is a good thing though. I think it's good. If he was smarter, people would have a much bigger issue.